Hello everybody, it's Alexis from We Rise Yoga. Today we're going to do a chair yoga session. So we can start by placing the feet firmly on the floor. You can keep your shoes on or off, it's up to you. And pushing your back away from the chair. And just beginning to tune in. I invite you to close the eyes or maybe a soft gaze down. Just beginning to notice your body's place in space. The structure of your seat, the architecture of your shape, the softness of your breath. So this idea of becoming grounded, noticing the ground underneath you where your body touches down. And then just noticing the simplicity and immediacy of your own breath. Not even trying to change it, but just allowing yourself to be with it. If you can just notice the natural rise on the inhalations and a gentle softening or settling or letting go on the exhalations. Just noticing, just allowing yourself to be present and in tune with that natural rhythm. Bringing a little more intention to the breath now. Let's take a collective inhalation. And a sweeping, cleansing exhale. Taking your time with the exhalation breath. Maybe you even try engaging navel to spine, tucking chin to chest. Observing the body as an empty vessel. Again, inhale. Maybe a pause at the peak and then open the mouth to sigh, but take your time on the exhale. See if you can ride the wave of the breath. Sweet, sweet exhale, an act of letting go. One more time together, inhale. Inhale, an opportunity to receive. And open the mouth to sigh it out, let go. Good, now let's try switching to Ujjayi Pranayama, sealing the lips and breathing in. Maybe you notice a natural rise, expansion, essentially your body growing. Keep the lips sealed as you exhale. So this allows you to take a little more time with the exhalation breath with the lips closed. That's very intentional. Let's try it again, deep inhalation. Pause at the peak, maybe try swallowing. Keep the lips sealed as you exhale. Opening up the throat, that same H-A ha sound in the back of the throat as you let go. Good, and then release. Let's just breathe comfortably as we roll the shoulders back and down. You might start to already notice a sense of calmness and contentment. Good, let's take the arms up high above the head, palms together. Into prayer and down to heart center. Now is a good time to set your intention for today. What is it for you? What will follow you outside of this space? What will make you better? Maybe thoughts of gratitude, being grateful that you get to be here, moving your body and feeling your body. Maybe a sense of peace, and not only peace inside of this space, but outside of it as well. Maybe you choose today to shine your light upon every single person that comes across your path and lift them up in your presence. Whatever it is for you, let it be something that makes you better. Let's take a deep inhalation. Exhale, seal the thought in. And maybe you blink the eyes open now if they were closed. And we're going to go through a period of arm movements here, our cross-lateral patterning. So I'm not going to speak during this exercise. I just want you to be really conscious of your own movements and your own energy, okay? Your arms may start to hurt, but know that that is part of the process, yeah? Widening our windows of tolerance, yeah? and let it go. Notice how good it feels to let go, right? The body reminds us that letting go can sometimes feel really good and be really beneficial. So let's start with some movements that connect us with the breath and movement. So on the inhale, we'll bring the arms up nice and tall. And on the exhale, just a forward fold. Hands soft by the ankles or calf muscles. Again, inhale, reaching tall. And exhale, a gentle lower. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Good, coming back up on an inhale position. On the exhale, left arm down, reaching around with the right hand and grabbing onto the side of the head, but nothing forced here, just very light. So I like to grip the bottom of the chair, but you can also just kind of lengthen the arm down the side of the body. And then just notice how it feels to create space across the neck. This is a place where we carry a lot of stress in the neck and shoulders, so just to create space there can help us feel better for the entire day. And then let's try changing that dynamic a little bit by bringing the arm at an angle and then taking the head at that same angle forward, so lengthening. Just notice what you feel. Continue to breathe for 3, 2, and 1. Coming back up, other side. Right arm down, maybe you find a bind with the chair or just lengthening through the arm. And then just bringing the head up and over. See if you can breathe into any stiffness. For 3, notice the breath nice and soft and open. 2, and 1. Let's change the dynamic a little, taking the arm out at a diagonal trajectory and the head that same diagonal direction. Just notice what you feel here for 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Making our way back up. Taking the arms down by your side, let's try interlocking the fingers and pushing the palms forward towards the front of the room. And then reaching the arms up, and this is considered a heart opener. So with that in mind, can you open your heart here and allow the chest to be nice and broad as you sit up nice and tall? Just notice how that feels to create space across the heart. Continue to breathe for 3, 2, and 1. Good. Let's bring the arms back down and let go. Good. Moving through our first sun salutation A, and it's going to remain seated. So we're going to start to move with breath. Inhale, arms up nice and high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Pause for a moment. Nice long diagonal trajectory from the crown of the head to the seat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, arms out wide, reaching up nice and tall as if grabbing new energy and taking it into our hearts. Good, twice more. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, let go, moving with breath. See if you can exhale all the air out here. Diagonal from crown to seat. Exhale, let go. Inhale, reverse swan dive, arms out wide, reaching up nice and tall, palms together. Exhaling, hands to prayer. Good. Last one together. Inhale. Exhale, big expansive arms. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, release, let go. Inhale, reverse swan dive, arms out wide, reaching up nice and tall, palms together, new energy, straight into our hearts. Good. Take a moment to just notice how you feel for a moment. You might notice the heart quickening a little bit. Good. So let's come into a couple of stretches with the legs. So I'm going to take a nice wide stance here, and I'm going to take my feet at an open diagonal line of energy, placing the palms down with the fingers facing in on the inside of the thighs, and then just coming down, and mindfully I'm using this as a hip opener, so I'm using the resistance of my hands to press the thighs open. And just coming down nice and center. So I do tend to hold the hip openers a little bit longer than some of the other postures, just because we have so much stiffness there from life just getting trapped in our centers, and because we sit down so often. So it's a good time to kind of create space in that area, to create softness and openness, and notice where we might feel some imbalance as well. I'm going to take the right shoulder down and kind of press it towards the earth, coming into a little rotation. And then inhaling back to center and exhale the left shoulder down. Good, and then inhaling back up to center and bringing the feet back into a neutral position. Good, just stretching the right foot out. You can flex the toes, sitting up nice and tall on the inhale, and with the exhale just coming down. You can keep the hands on the chair, maybe reach for the toes, finding a bind with the hands if you'd like. Either way. Think about driving the chin down, the shin bone closer towards your ankle. And then inhale to rise, and let's switch. Right leg down, left leg out, flexing the toes. We always want awareness of the fingers and toes. Inhaling nice and tall, exhaling, leaning forward, maybe finding a bind with the hands on the calves or the foot, wherever your hands may land, or just using the chair as a steadiness. For 3, 2, and 1. Let's inhale to rise. Crossing the right foot over the left thigh, flexing the right toes, awareness of the feet once again. Sitting up nice and tall on the inhale, let's cross one palm on top of the other. Notice which palm is on top. Inhaling, and with an exhale, just go down as far as your body will allow. So part of this practice is learning to discern when your body is saying it's enough, and maybe you can hold it for a little longer, or maybe take it further, or when your body is saying enough and it really is enough. And you have to be still to hear those messages, and quiet, right? And so kind of just learning to read your own body's messages in these moments of stillness and quiet. For 3, finding the breath. 2, and 1. Inhale, let's rise and switch. Right leg down, left leg crosses over, flexing the foot. See if you can take the non-habitual grip, if you notice which one you had on top earlier. Taking a deep inhale, lifting, and on your exhale, just kind of leading with the heart on the way down. See if you can breathe into any stiffness here. Nobody knows your body better than you, and where you may feel out of balance and where you are on that journey. So it's up to you to figure that out in these moments. See if you can lengthen through the breath. Long inhales, maybe even longer exhales. Maybe you even come back to Ujjayi Pranayama for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, we rise. Coming back down. Let's come into a gentle twist this time. So again, coming into that figure 4 stretch, flexing the foot, if you will. And I'm going to take my right hand over the chair, wherever it lands for you, just kind of work with what you've got here. I'm going to take my left hand over my right thigh. On the inhale, sitting up nice and tall, and on the exhale, twisting back. So I like to connect movement with breath. So often you'll see me inhaling, essentially creating space, maybe lengthening through the spine. And on the exhale, moving the body into that space as I find this gentle motion through the torso. Again, inhale, maybe growing taller, and exhale, simply finding that twist, maybe moving the gaze towards the back of the room. Twist and twist. Good job. And then we'll switch and come back into the other side. So taking the left foot over the right thigh, readjusting in space. Left hand goes over the chair. Right hand over the left thigh. taking an inhale, maybe you grow taller, and on the exhale, twisting back. So you certainly don't have to move with breath. It's something that I find a lot of focused awareness in for myself. Some people just like to hold the stretch and continue to breathe through it. So it's totally up to you, but let's try one more breath together. Inhale and exhale. Notice what you feel. Good, and then releasing and coming back to center. This is a really great way to get into a warrior stance onto your chair. So I'm just going to kind of lengthen through the legs. So I'm really foundationally grounded onto the chair through my hips. But I'm taking this leg nice and far back, so kind of coming into this nice lunge position as if I'm doing a crescent, yeah? So toes tucked into the earth, and then just raising the arms up to the sky. Notice how that makes you feel. You know, they figured out many thousands of years ago that when we come into these moments of our body and feeling confident and strong in these stances of confidence and strength, and when you lift your arms above your head, it can fundamentally change the way you feel almost instantaneously. And those feelings can follow you outside of this space today, and they can last for long periods of time. So it's essentially like taking a free dose of medicine that gets time released throughout the day. Taking another inhalation, maybe raising the arms up, the fingers strong. And on your exhale, just bringing the arms down by the side, and we'll just move through the center and come to the other side. So I'm going to come into this lunge position again, adjusting so I'm nice and grounded. My back leg stretches out, coming high up onto the balls of the back foot, and then on the inhale, raising the arms up nice and high. Once again, that kind of warrior strength in the arms. This is considered a heart opener, as so many postures are in yoga practice. So opening across the heart, bringing to notice how you feel in these shapes. Finding the breath for 3, 2, and 1. Good job. And then release, and we'll come back to center. Good. Coming back into a seated position, and let's just do 3 more breaths with movement. So on the inhale, raising the arms up nice and high. Exhale, forward fold, hands soft by the ankles or calves. Again, inhale, reaching tall. And exhale, letting go. Last one, inhalation. And exhalation. Good, and then coming up back to a center position, we'll do a couple of shoulder stretches before we come into our Shavasana. So arms out to a T shape, crossing the right arm underneath the left. You can bring the palms together to touch the inside of the palms, so the thumbs are facing your nose and the pinky fingers are pointing away. However, if your thumbs don't touch, it's okay. Just kind of working towards that. So using the body as a form of resistance here, and you'll feel it wherever you're at. And then actively pulling the elbows down the front of the body to begin with. So that's an act of de-stressing, right? To take the shoulders away from the ears intentionally. And then with an inhale and an exhale, can you guide your elbows forward and towards the sky? And just kind of notice what you feel there as you actively create space across the shoulder girdle. A place where we carry so much stress and so much burden. So allowing yourself to create space there and to be with that space, creating space within the body, space within the mind, room for something new. One more full cycle of breath, full inhale and a full exhale. Good, and then on your next inhale, can you let go? And notice how good that feels to let go. And then we'll come to the other side, this time left arm underneath the right. Again, palms can come to touch, thumbs are facing the nose, pinky fingers facing away from you, or again, just working towards that bind if you can. And then starting by pulling the elbows down the front of the body, creating space, With an inhale and an exhale, can you guide your elbows away from you and towards the sky without lifting your shoulders? Right, so really being mindful of the posture here and all of these little dynamic movements and the way that your body dances and moves, and finding grace in each of those little movements. And then see if you can come back to the softness and the openness of your own breath. For 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, unravel and let go, and notice how that feels. And then on your exhale, just bringing the arms down by the side. Good. Maybe rolling the shoulders back and down. And let's take a moment for our Shavasana as we lean back into the chair, or just kind of get comfortable. Maybe you cross the legs. You can close the eyes if you'd like. And just notice the simplicity of your breath here. The difference is you may feel now from when you started. See if you can do a complete body scan from head to toe. From the very crown of the head, washing over the face, sliding over the neck and shoulders as you soften over the arms, over the forearms, out your fingers, over the chest, the torso, the belly, the hips, the thighs, the knees, the calves, and the toes. Maybe just taking a moment to be grateful that you get to move your body and feel your body in such a healthy, empowering way. Allowing your mental focus to be reined in. And maybe you take a moment to come back to that intention you set at the beginning of class. Always allowing your intention to be so much more than something you randomly said in this space, but something that becomes a part of who you are as a human being, as a friend, as a father or a mother or a sister or a brother, as a person. See if your mind can come back and rest upon these thoughts and allow them to flow with you outside of this space today. When you're ready, take a deep inhalation and a deep exhalation. Try swallowing, and then maybe making little movements with your fingers and toes, opening and closing the wrists, the fists and the toes, maybe making circles. And then whenever you're ready to open your eyes, you can, if you have them closed. And maybe making your way up to a seated position. But if you're not ready and you want to continue to stay in that space that you were at, please do. And then let's take our hands to prayer. Thumbs to sternum. Bow the head. Live every week like it's Shark Week. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.